I'm going to be doing an edge to edge. Let me just turn out some lights on my machine here so you can see just a little bit better. There we go. So I'm going to be doing edge to edge. And one of the questions I always get is, how do you choose an edge to edge pattern for a quilt? So let's just look at this quilt for a minute. This is a t-shirt quilt. Very, very cute. And whoever receives this quilt is going to just adore it. So this is for a girl, and that's one of the questions you need to ask yourself when you're choosing a pattern. If you're quilting for the public, or even if you're quilting for yourself and you're giving it away as a gift, you need to decide, is this for a girl? Is it for a boy, a man, a woman? You know, who is it for, and why are we giving it to them? And actually, what is in the quilt? So I chose three patterns that I would like to share with you, and all these patterns are mine. And I just, I chose these because I thought that any one of these would look good on this quilt. So this one here is called Hearts and Waves, and this, I have the paper pattern because you put it on manually by following the lines, these lines here with a laser light. It also is available digitized, so you can download the pattern if you like. Okay, so I chose this pattern because it's got represents, I guess, little hearts kind of in it. And thought, well, girls like hearts. So, but I chose against this one because I think that it's just too heavy for this quilt. And I really don't know if she likes hearts or not. That's probably one of the questions I should have asked. I have this one here. This is, excuse me. This one is called Easy Gliding. This is also one of mine, available digitized as well. And I think this would look really good on this quilt due to the fact there's a lot of movement in this pattern. So this is one that I would choose. And I have one more I want to show you that I picked out, and it is this one right here. This is called Puddles in the Rain, and I think this one would also be good on this quilt. It has lots of movement in it also, kind of the swirl look. So I decided against all of those. So I decided that I was going to do this. Oh, there goes my patterns. I was going to do this freehand. So whenever you decide you want to do something freehand, it's always a good idea to draw it on paper first, or you can use a whiteboard. That always works as well, just to get the movement down on how you're going to quilt it. Now, once you draw it, it may not be exactly the same on the quilt, and that's okay. So don't even worry about that. All you want to do is actually know how you want this to look. So we're going to just do a little bit of drawing here. And I'm just going to start off to the side because basically that's what we're going to do when we quilt. We're going to start off to the side of our quilt. So I'm going to come around, and I decided I just want to do swirls on this. So I'm going to come around and I'm going to make a swirl. And let me just zoom in a little bit. Maybe you can see this. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so I came in, I made my swirl. It's not perfect. That's okay. We're not looking for perfection here. I'm going to come around, and then I'm going to fill in. What we're doing is just filling in the space. Up and around. Coming up, filling in the space. All right, so I got that far. So I'm going to come back around. And I can echo this if I want to. And actually, if I was quilting this, I would come out just a little bit further here. No worries though, this is practice. So I suggest always practice before you do something. And then we might come out, we might put a little crescent here. And we did this with our teardrop meandering the other day. And this is basically the same thing, only your only thing is you're doing swirls instead. So you see how I connected here? That is something you want to avoid. You want to avoid that when you're stitching. So it's a little hard for me to do this with looking at it through the camera. So, and that's all you're doing. And I'm putting a small one here, maybe coming around. So you want them different sizes, different directions, and that's pretty much the way to do it. So again, practice on paper your technique, and you can even do it on a whiteboard. It always helps to just give yourself a little bit of practice. So I've got my bobbin full, and I'm going to come right over here. And I think I want to zoom in. I've already started this quilt. So I've already started it, and I think I've done 3 rows. Sometimes I kind of lose track of the rows that I do. And now I'm going to do my next row. And you want to make sure that you don't hit any of the stitches up here that you've already stitched. You want to come close to maybe a 1/4 inch or maybe a little bit more away from it. But you want to kind of make it look like it's continuous. And I might have to turn on some lights here so that I can see what I am doing. Here we go. And I know that's a little bright, but we have a busy fabric right here. It's going to be hard to see, but once we get past this busy fabric, it might be a little bit better. So we're going to start off the quilt just a little bit, kind of lock in my stitches there. And I'm going to come out and around, and circle. And at a sharp point, come out of that. And create another swirl. Coming out, up and around. Now I'm echoing the 2 of them, and I won't always do that, but I'm kind of winging it actually. And that's what free motion quilting is kind of all about. We just wing it. A small one here, out and around. And just keep going. Just have fun with this. That's what it's all about. And now right here, I might do a little crescent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just echo, back up, and maybe right here is where I'm going to put in another swirl. With practice, this gets easier and easier on where to go, where to put a swirl, how to come out of the swirl. Are we going to echo that swirl twice? Or are we just going to echo it once? I'm going to come up and out and down. Another swirl here just to fill in the space. Let's echo around. Let me see if I could zoom in just a little bit more here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we're going to just come up and around. That's a small one. They don't all have to be the same size, so let's not worry about that. Make a little crescent. Now, I have to say that once I started doing free motion quilting, I was very afraid to do it, thinking, oh, it's not going to be even, it's not going to look nice, the customer is not going to like it, I won't like it. So one day I just decided, okay, I'm just going to do it and see what happens. And so I just threw just some fabric on my machine, and I just went for it. I just started having lots of fun with doing free motion, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun. It can be stressful sometimes, especially if the design gets a little too intense. But if you just take it slow and do something simple at first, you know, it's going to be a lot easier for you. So this is a small one here. So if you notice, this swirl here is a little bit larger than this one that I just did. But as you echo, I echoed this one twice, which made it look larger. And I'm echoing this one once so far. Who knows? I might come back and echo it again. But I do have this space up in here that I want to fill in. So I'm going to come up and around, come to a point, and then come out. You have to remember that this is about filling in the space. I'm going to echo back up, come out into another swirl, and this one I'm going to echo again, coming back down. The simpler you can keep it, the easier it is. Now, I do have some tips for this. So when you're doing this, don't watch your needle. Your needle's going to go up and down no matter what. I know I say that over and over, and you're going to hear it a lot, but do not watch the needle. Watch ahead of where you want to go. I want to go out this way, so I'm going to watch ahead of where I want to go. So here we go. Another swirl right here, watching ahead of where I want to go, making sure that I'm not crossing any lines. You don't want to cross lines. And I'm going to make a little swirl here. And I don't know if you can see it, but I have a little fullness right here. So I'm just going to kind of tap it down. And out of this swirl, this little swirl here, little crescent. You know, if you have a wide space and you think you need to add something in there, but you can't get your design in there, like for instance, this one here is a swirl, then those little crescents are great to throw in there. And you can throw other things in there too. You can throw circles, whatever you want. And in a later video, we'll probably get into more of mixing and matching. Not so much matching, I guess, but just kind of mixing different techniques. All right, so I am finished with this. So I'm just going to come up a little bit, and that kind of locks in my stitch. And then I'm going to cut my thread. I always stitch from left to right. I don't even try to stitch from right to left. And if you can find your scissors quickly, it does not take that much time to slide your machine back over to the other end of the quilt and start quilting another row. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. So I'm going to clip my thread here. That's where I started always clip your threads so you don't have a bunch of tails hanging around. Also, sorry about that too. I just turned the lights out so you could see this a little bit better. So this is what I just did. I just, oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. I just did all these swirls, and look how nice that looks. They're not perfect. I'm not going to call them perfect. Nobody is perfect when they're doing free motion. All you need to do is just practice it, relax, don't watch your needle, and have fun. So now I'm going to unclamp my quilt, and I will come over to the other side and I will unclamp it. And I'm going to roll it. So now I'll roll it so that I could do another row. I want to give myself enough space to be able to do another row. So this is plenty right here. I have plenty of space, but before I do that, you have to remember, always baste down your sides. Let me do this side real quick. And I'm going to put my basting stitch on. Got to be able to grab that bobbin thread. And then set this for baste. And just baste. Baste it down. It doesn't have to be perfect. I tried to get within 1/4 of an inch of the edge of the quilt top, but sometimes it doesn't happen. It goes in a little bit deeper. Don't worry about it. Just get it basted. So I will baste both sides. Clip my threads. It's always very important to always baste your sides and then clamp. So many people I have taught quilting, they will clamp and then baste, but that's not what you need to do. You need to baste the sides and then clamp. All right, so let me cut that, and we will put make sure, again, I almost forgot, get that little tail off of there so it doesn't get caught up in the stitching. So I'm going to clamp, and I'm not clamping real tight. Look at that little block right there. Isn't that cute? Okay, so coming back over to the other side, and we're going to clamp it. So clamping, not tight, making sure that the quilt top is not real tight as well. And we want to smooth out any kind of fullness. And now I am ready to quilt my next row of swirls. And I'm almost finished with this quilt. This is going pretty quick. So I hope you try free motion quilting. I totally love it. And I know you will too once you grasp on how to do your motifs. So have fun with this. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I have a website, Jackie's Machine Quilting. You might want to check it out. Thank you so much.